Welcome back. Welcome back. You're tuned into the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. I go by the name of DJ Focus. Squad in here with me. What's good, Rico?
What's good? What's good? How you doing, sir?
All is well, man. Once again, you're tuned into the Fixx. And of course, our mission is to expose the culture to positive but relevant music that keeps Jesus Christ at the center of the message. And we have another exclusive interview for you today. We're getting ready to connect with the legendary QUARTET, the Highway QCs, and Spencer Taylor. We're waiting for them to log on. They should be on very shortly. The Highway QCs and Spencer Taylor, are you there? Can you hear me? They're still connecting. Definitely shouts out to our Facebook family for watching us, watching this live stream, wherever you're watching this live stream. Do us a favor, share this video. We want everybody to be able to see this video that's on Facebook right now. So share this video while we get our artists ready. They're just logging on, and we'll get ready to share a very real dope interview. So yeah, keep it locked. But go ahead and share this. Listen, follow us on YouTube too as well, at the Fixx Radio Show. We have some exclusive interviews that will start dropping starting next week, February 1st. So you definitely don't want to miss that. We're going to start dropping interviews every week on our YouTube channel. So you definitely want to tune into our YouTube channel. You know, all our shows are always available on all streaming platforms, iHeartRadio podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts that they are available. So definitely you want to tune in to all our shows on all our streaming platforms. Listen,
I got you.
Are you good? Spencer Taylor, are you there?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you able to turn your video on?
Yep. Hold on.
Yep, because we're live on Facebook, so I want you to turn your video on. Yeah.
Can you get us?
Yes. Listen, Fixx Radio Show, man. We are blessed. I mean, truly blessed, man, to welcome into the show today some pioneer within the quartet of gospel industry. I mean, just when you talk about everything he's accomplished over the years with him and his group, we want to welcome him and let him tell his story of his faith story and also his music story. So let's welcome in the Highway QCs featuring Spencer Taylor. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
All is well. How you guys doing? Thank you for hopping on and doing an interview with us tonight.
Oh, man, we truly appreciate you, man. You know, having the old boys like us, you know, we appreciate that, man. After 76 years, you know, it's a blessing to still be relevant in this business.
No, so let's start there. That's the beautiful thing about it. You know, let's start there. Having 76 years in the game, take us back and talk to us a little.
Look, I'm doing all the talking. This is the man for real.
Yeah, come on.
But I'm gonna start off. Look, well, like I said, it's a true blessing, man, to be 76 years in the business, man. You know, you got such grace as Johnny Taylor, Sam Cooke, Lou Ross, O.V. Wright, all these wonderful people that's come out the Highway QCs, and of course, my pops, Spencer Taylor Jr. You know, it's amazing, man. It's just a true blessing to be a part of this organization, man.
No, that's a blessing. So, Pops, are you able to talk a little bit about your start?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So take us back, Pops. Talk to us about getting your first start and you guys, you forming the group all together.
Well, yeah, I got started back. I came on let's go there. I came on the road as a professional singer in 1956, and the song that brought us on the road was "Somewhere to Lay My Head." And during that time, we had Creedell Copeland, he's Johnny Taylor, and Sonny Mitchell, and people like that was in the group. And then we went on from there as time changed a little bit, and we got some of the croons came into the group. Then there was Johnny was already in the group, Johnny Taylor was.
Mm-hmm.
And
but then
came in, yes.
Back then, though, Dad, tell them the first, back then they had, what was it? Was it 45s? Remember 45s back in the
45,
day?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Was it-
back then, y'all had a two-side. They had a two-sided hit. What, 1956?
57.
On one side it was Dad, and on the other side it was Johnny Taylor. What was the two songs?
The two songs we had, one was Something on My Mind, was Worrying Me, and the other one was, let me see what it was at.
Way Up the Hill.
Way Up the Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Way
Now
Up the Hill.
check this out. They had a two-sided hit. Johnny Taylor was singing on one side and Daddy was singing on the other side, man. That was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, and we our first appearance up this way was in D.C., right in Washington, D.C. And we came to Washington, and then we went to New Jersey and
Apollo Theater, all that.
Well, Apollo Theater came later after that, but we did go to the Apollo Theater, and we were in the theater with groups like Harmonizing Four and these type groups. And we were the youngest group there during the time we were young. And we went in the theater. God blessed us for that particular work. We stayed there 11 days in the Apollo Theater, and we went back in December we headlined. We headlined the Apollo Theater with I think it was Swan Silvertone and Harmonizer 4 again, and people like that again. And Dorothy Love Coates from that was a lady group, and we went on. So. And then, as time went on, time spread it real well. And then we got with an agency, and the Blind Boys of Mississippi was some group. And they put us with the Blind Boys of Mississippi, and we went all to California, went all up in Seattle, Washington, and all out through there, and came back, and then we was on our way by that time.
So talk about how you guys started at Highway Baptist Church, 1945.
Well, QC was really was a teenager group, original. Sam Cooke was in it, and Copeland, Creedell Copeland, yeah, was in it. And all these guys, Lee Richardson was a member, Jake was a member, and Sonny Mitchell was a
See, basically, and that's where they got their name from.
And
right, remember that?
Right, that's what I'm going to tell you. The name came from Highway Baptist Church. And the other part of it came from a little, I think it was like a school.
Right.
Where they went to
Quincy
school.
College.
Yeah, went to school there. So then they put it together, wanted to be different, Highway QC.
Highway come from the church, and the QC was the college they went to.
They went to, and wanted to be different. And so that's how we got the name Highway QC. And we had
when did you guys? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we had Lou Ross, who was in the QCs for a short period of time, and O.V. Wright sung with the QCs also, and we know that Sam was the lead singer original of the Highway QC.
That's right.
Sam Cooke. And as time went on, I said, this is what, constantly like Sam, Lou, O.V., and Johnny, me, and all the others. That's the way we love home like that.
And when did you guys sign to Savoy Records?
So we do what?
When did y'all sign the Savoy? That was in the 1970s, right?
We signed Savoy, I think it was in the 70s.
75.
Our first, our first record was on VJ Records out of Chicago,
Right.
which is located on Michigan Avenue downtown. And we was one of the first quartets that signed with VJ.
Did VJ have R&B artists then, or just gospel?
It was a few R&B.
Okay.
Some of the same, yes. They had VJ in it with a lot of rhythm and blues artists on that.
Now, going back to your question, what you asked, QC signed, it's still before my time, but they signed to Savoy in 1975 because the first album was in 1976. It was a Stay With God project.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Savoy was out of New Jersey.
What did any other artists besides like you guys, were any other artists signed to Savoy? Like what other artists that you guys toured with that were signed to Savoy?
Back then, yeah, James Cleveland, Reverend James Cleveland, man, it was a lot of artists, man.
Yeah, we had plenty of artists.
Yeah.
Staple singers got going also from that time. Staple, Mavis, Staple, all of them, which I knew. And Caravan was just a little ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
They were Caravan, Soul Stirrers was an institutional name.
So you see, back in them days, in a little before the 70s, everybody familiar with the Caravans. The Caravan had Reverend James Cleveland, Pastor Shirley Caesar, Dorothy Norwood, Albertina Walker, Inez Andrews. Every night, groups like the Highway QCs, Blind Boys, they travel together every night. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did every night. You know, and this is way back. You know, when segregation, you know, groups like Highway QCs, they came up through segregation, man, and just came all the way up into still being 2021 and got my pops here, 92, about to be 93, and still can sing and still relevant. It is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. And it's definitely a blessing. We definitely blessed that you still here. Can you speak a little bit about, you know, just you coming up in the segregation era and just kind of like what that was like when you traveled and you did shows and, you know, how things happened and how you guys kind of had to move back then because of segregation and everything?
Did you hear him, Dan? He already part of it. Because we use the phone. He said, "Can you tell him about how it was coming up through the segregation and the restaurants and hotels that's there?"
Yeah. Well, it was like it was terrible in a sense, but you had to really be a good thinker and realize that you have the manager in front, and to eat. You had to go, that was in the southern states, you had to go to the back and buy the food. And you know, a lot of, I went back and bought the food because I had like 4 or 5 folks sitting there looking at me and they were hungry, right? So I never refused to go to the back door and buy the food. And I did that, came along and really, I thought didn't take a lot of it against it, you know, during that time. Nothing you could do is you know, you must make sense. And everybody was hungry. So I said, it was best for you to go to the back door and get the food, and we get our food and go on about our business, which we did.
I remember we was riding on the bus, right? We was going somewhere, Dallas, Texas, somewhere. And the movie, The 5 Heartbeats, came on TV. You know, it was on, and they got to the scene where the group was riding through the town, and remember the police, if anybody remember the movie, the police pulled them over.
Right.
So Dad told her, the sheriff say, oh, y'all a singing group, huh? Won't y'all sing something for me, good boy? So Daddy say, fellas, that's exactly how it was. So here me, I'm like, man, whatever. I wouldn't have sung a thing. They'd say, oh, yes, you would. You'd have got in line and you'd have sung too. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess, man, it was a true amazing, gentlemen like my dad, they couldn't stand these wonderful hotels that we stay in now. They couldn't eat at these wonderful restaurants that we eat at now. So that's why I say I'm humble, and it's a true amazing still to have him with us, man. And still can sing and still got his voice.
Well, we had a lot of good home cooked meals, but you know who was cooking that, right?
Yeah.
And
the sisters of the church.
Sisters of the church, and people, everything was so much different. Even in New York, at one time, there were only one motel that the
blacks could
that the singers, the entertainers, period, on both sides, rock and roll, gospel, and everything. There was once that's where we stayed.
Mm-hmm.
The Cecil Hotel was one, and this is where everybody stayed.
In New York.
In New York, yeah.
And remember, in Memphis was the Lorraine, right?
Lorraine in Memphis. Right. Lorraine.
Same hotel where Dr. Martin Luther King got killed. He said that's where all the artists stayed at in there. You had just certain spots you could stay at. Man.
Well, that was it. You didn't have no, in some places people would let singers stay in the house, but that was not everywhere. Mm. Some people, sometimes that was supposed to take the whole group in, and if you was there a day or two and take care of you. Mm. Well, that always existed during that time. We first went out.
That's amazing, and I thank you for being such an inspiration. Can you speak a little bit though, by you seeing pretty much every form of racism? I mean, let's just be real. How did you stay, how did you and the group stay so inspired to continue to do what you were doing when you guys were going to all these cities, all these towns, and you guys were facing all this racism? What kept you guys going to where you guys didn't feel like, you want to attack people back and, I'm just being honest, like, get into it?
Did you hear him?
Yeah, well, the whole fact was the real thing that kept us, we believe in God. This is what kept us. This is what took us through. Having faith in God and believing that we know that He'll make a way, just like He said it would. Mm-hmm. And then if you trust God, that was my trust. Yeah. Was daily, my daily trust was just like it is today. Everything in the hand of God. And that way, I felt that, we know that through Him, all things are possible. And that was me every day. That's what I think. And I am today. Same thing.
Wow. That's amazing.
Speaking into all things through Christ, all things are possible. Like, so a lot of people don't know you went through the whole racism era period. But in 2003, you were inducted into the International Gospel Music Hall of Fame. How was that, knowing that you started this as a teenager, went through all those troubles, and now to be inducted with such high honors? How did you feel at that moment?
He said, how did you feel to get inducted in 2003 to the Hall of Fame, Gospel Hall of Fame?
Well, that was a big, that was overwhelming, and that was one of those things. I tell God, thank you for it, Hall of Fame, and it was exciting, quite exciting, and I thought a lot of it, and like I said, I told God, thank you, and everybody that had did anything, contribute anything towards that Father Highway QC, help get them going.
See, Dad is a humble man. It's hard to get actions out of him. He be thankful. You know what I'm saying? I guess he didn't see so much. Now, I was there for the 2000s for that. And even back in 2017 at the Stellar Awards, when they gave him the James Cleveland Lifetime Achievement Award, he's just humble. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just, you know, it's hard to explain. You know, it teaches us how to be. You know, never let your head get that big. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't ever do that. You know, here go a man that has helped. Thank God to this man is why helped to get the artists where we are today. If it wasn't for gentlemen like him, but he's humble and it's amazing, guys. Trust me, it's amazing.
Well, humble is the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Humble is the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm glad that that's the way I think. I'm glad that, you know, you always want to be able to help somebody else, do something for somebody
Amen.
else, sing a song that fit them or do something,
Amen.
you know, and live a good life, a real life, you know, let God know that you appreciate him being so good to you, you know, and that's me every day.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's amazing. So you've worked with, you know, and had the opportunity to collab and work with, you know, like you said, Sam Cooke and Lou Rawls. Who's been if it was one artist or one person, who's been the best person you kind of did music with that you think you would shout out outside of yourself?
Who was the inspiration to you? Who was working with you?
I
already know that answer. Go ahead.
You mean the groups out here?
No, like who gave you the inspiration coming up? Like basically.
Oh yeah. Well, that was the guy. Old man Harris was one. Reva Harris, who was the original lead singer for the Soul Stirrers. I got a lot of inspiration from him, and he was a gentleman that, you know, he was real open, and he used to ask me that I know I was bad. Do you know you a bad boy? And during that time, I guess I wasn't thinking like that. And but he gave me, he is quite inspiring. Reva Harris of the original Soul Stirrers. This was before Sam or any of the others. Yeah, because Sam was really Highway QC. Oh, he was Soul Stirrers,
right. The little story, I'm gonna tell this right quick. See, Sam Cooke started with the Highway QCs.
Yeah.
Then he left, went to the Soul Stirrers, then with Secular. Yeah. Okay, Johnny Taylor came, you know, who making love your old lady, shake it up, shake it down, disco lady. he came to the Highway QC. He left, went to the Soul Stirrers, then when he went Secular. So when Johnny left the Soul Stirrers, here they come back, gonna try to get Dad. Dad's like, oh, no. I'm planted and rooted right here with the Highway QCs, and he's been here ever since, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Just
now, I hear that because wasn't Lou Rawls, didn't Lou Rawls become a Soul Stirrer as well?
Did Lou come with a Soul Stirrer then?
Lou, no.
Okay.
Lou never was a Soul Stirrer. Lou went to a old group called the Pilgrim Travelers.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Lou was singing, he was young, and Lou was singing around Chicago, in local groups. Mm-hmm. And it was an old group there, supposed to have been the best local group.
Yeah.
And Lou,
I remember when we
sung with them a little while.
Yeah.
But then he didn't stay with them.
No, I remember that story when we did the CNN, we did a television show, and y'all was talking about the something sharp suits. What kind of sharp? Some suits, and y'all brought up the Pilgrim Travel. Y'all brought them up. Remember the suits y'all say y'all had to buy? Y'all wear them one time, you might not be able to wear them again. What did you call them suits back in the day? Sharp something suit? Something y'all said.
Well, they was regular. Really, being honest, it's just regular suits. And but really, when we was a local group, they had a Skeet Taylor. It's called the Skeet Taylors on 43rd Street. That he made suits.
Okay.
And we used to go there when we especially we had a group, and we used to get everybody had to have a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to get our suits from Skeet during that time. And everybody had to look alike.
I got you.
Yeah, we didn't play that. You wear what you want. You couldn't do that.
So you guys are still making music, and definitely, man, I definitely want to give you guys your roses. It's definitely you, Pops, Spencer, for just still making music. Talk a little bit about your latest single that you got out. He Picked Me Up, the inspiration behind it, and do you guys got a full project coming out this year?
Yeah, the new project, the new song He Picked Me Up, a younger guy, Apostle Randy Walker, brought the song to the group. And it was just at the right time, man. You know, it speaks for itself. You know, God will pick you up no matter what, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was just the right song for the right time. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, in this first quarter, coming up in the next couple of weeks, Dad has an autobiography book coming out. And I'm not moving too fast, Elmer.
No, go ahead.
And we also, the new full CD is coming out, but our record company, Rough Boy Records out of Dayton, Ohio, they have an inaugural CD coming out. The couple of tunes, it's about 3 tunes on there from what we did at the 2021 inaugural. So they stopped the presses on everything and they about to put this out right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's big. That's major. Listen, before we get you out of here, we definitely want you to tell the people how they can connect with you. I don't know, do you guys have a social media platform and all that good stuff? Absolutely.
Look, come on. Even though we 76 years, even though the group is 76 years old, we still with the time now.
That's what's up.
We got a website you can reach us at www.thehighwayqcs.com. And then all our social, IG, Facebook, man, you can reach us everywhere, man. I mean, and hey, just type us in, look up the history, you know, it's there, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and thank you for having some old boys like us, man. We appreciate you guys, because without wonderful guys like you, wouldn't be no Highway QCs, no Kurt Franklins, no Fred Hammonds, no Williams brothers, none of these. So love goes out to you guys too, man.
Much love to you guys too as well.
Appreciate that.
We definitely appreciate the opportunity. We definitely going to shout you guys out and make sure we run them numbers up. So when you get those singles and everything, definitely email them to us. And yes, we'll make sure they give some rotation.
Look, this is family. The way I look at it is family for life. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we works together. Anything we can do for you guys, trust me, we will. We might be old, but we still can do what we can.
Appreciate that. The Highway QCs featuring Spencer Taylor Jr. Listen, take care, you guys. We just want to give you guys this exclusive interview tonight. Listen, remember to follow us on all social media platforms. We got some giveaways coming up beginning of next week for our YouTube channel. Follow us at the Fixx Radio Show on YouTube. Also follow us on IG and also Facebook. We're getting ready to host the Invasion Tour coming to Cleveland, Ohio in March. So you definitely want to keep it locked for those tickets. For information on those tickets, follow us on Instagram. Remember, stay focused on turning your negative into a positive. Jesus is the answer. Kingdom advancement. The Fixx is in. We out.
Yes, sir.
God bless.
Thank you. Is it?